As teachers, do we want to force a certain accent on our students? No, you don't want to do that. Your goal is for students to have a good sounding accent, to be clear and understood. So, should we make our students adopt an accent? How important is this? A fantastic question, and I don't think I've ever had it on the show. Most students prefer an American accent because that's what you see in movies or in the media. So, we kind of want that American accent. And also, if they want to perhaps immigrate to America in the future, they want that accent to use. A lot of people think it makes him sound more sophisticated, and it's more easy to understand because let's take Avengers, for example. All the Avengers are known across the world and the way that they speak, their accents. So most English learners want to adopt a similar accent. On the other side, I think about 10 to 20% of students actually prefer a British accent. Especially, I found a lot of Chinese students or all Commonwealth countries, the students would adopt a British accent, and they really like that. And also, I think with other shows like Sherlock has a beautiful accent with received pronunciation, the Queen's English. So many students want that. Now, as teachers, do we want to force a certain accent on our students? No, you don't want to do that. Your goal is for students to have a good sounding accent, to be clear and understood. I've seen some English channels talk about that, if you have a bad accent, you might not be able to get a job or you might not be well understood. I think when it comes to accents, as long as you speak clearly, you will be understood, no matter what your accent is. I think accent brings color to a language. Right? If I speak to someone from India or someone from England or someone from France, I love hearing Ukrainians and Russians speak English. It sounds so sweet to me. And it would make me so sad if everybody had the same accent. So I would say no, you don't want to teach them a certain accent unless the student specifically asked for it. What you can do is you should focus on the pronunciation being clear. Now, a lot of people have commented about my accent, for example. Eric, you've got a nice accent. Where are you from? My accent, I used to speak with a British accent, a really lovely British accent. And then since I came to Korea, a lot of students, they don't understand everything British because they watch American dramas and movies. So my accent has changed over time to make it easier for most students to understand me. That's very important to me. And you as a teacher should also emphasize to your students that while you don't want to push a certain accent on them, you want them to be understood and to speak clearly and fluently. And that's what you should focus on. What about you guys? How do you feel about this? Because I think accents are beautiful, but there are some negatives. If you've got a bad accent, it could hamper you because some bad accents, are seen as you're not educated well enough, or you might be from a bad part of town. So you do want to watch out for things like that. And I know there's a big debate among educators about that. But for me, I think it's just about being clear and understood and doing it in a way that is pleasant. I think is very important.